guys, Janet Brown again from the Geek Girls Academy. Today on the more you know, say these things. I really can't, I practice them and things like that. Today on the more you know, we're talking about pricing. We see this question come up a lot. People want to know, how do I price my book or my ebook or my audiobook or whatever? Okay, so the place we're going to have you start goes right into what we tell you all the time, and that's your market research. I want you to go to the bestseller list on Amazon, and I want you to look at other books in your genre, in your niche, and see where they're pricing. Okay, those averages are going to tell you a lot. You can find out averages by using Katie's Spy if you have it. The K-Lytics reports from Alex Newton will also tell averages on pricing. Talks about that in almost every report. So those are other ways you can get it, but as a freebie, go right to Amazon and you start looking through that bestseller list and look and see where they're pricing their books. Also click into some of those books and see how big they are. Because if you have a 100-page book in a category where the average is 300, first of all, you're missing your category because your readers are going to expect longer books. But second of all, you can't price them the same if there's a significant difference in length. Okay, so you're going to do that research. You're going to say, what is the average price that people are charging? What size is that book? And then say, how does that apply to mine? So that's the first thing to take into consideration. Second thing you take into consideration has to do with the way that books are priced on the back end. So with Amazon, ebooks get a 70% royalty if you price them between $2.99 and $9.99. Okay, that is the sweet spot. If it is below $2.99, if it is above $9.99, you take a 30% royalty, which is significantly different, guys. I know we're writers, not mathematicians, but this is a math thing that even we can grok. There's 70% here and 30% there, which makes people go, well, then why would I ever price outside of it? That's because it's a sale. You're using those lower prices in order to bring people into your brand, in order to get read through, all those kind of happy things. But you don't necessarily want to set your book there all the time because you do take a much lower royalty cut when you're on that site. Okay, so you want to think about those things. That's going to tell you about where you can put your book. Now, novellas are a little bit different. Those very often show up at 99 cents or $1.99. Same thing with shorts. Those tend to end up at 99 cents or go into the Kindle Vella, which is completely different subject for a different video because of that. $1.99 is a really weird price zone. We find that $1.99 books that will sell at $1.99 as novellas, and these are hefty novellas, so novellas that are 25K or plus. Novellas sell there, and box sets that are on sale sell at $1.99. Almost nothing else does. It is this weird psychological zone where consumers don't buy the $1.99 books. They just don't, and we don't know why. And this comes from a whole lot of data. I think I've told you guys before, I work for a promo company, so I see the data on the back end, and the $1.99 sales, we do not get nearly the clicks on as we do either a $2.99 or a 99¢. For whatever reason, that $1.99 is a psychological dead zone, unless it's a novella or a set. In those cases, they work. Now, so that's how you kind of figure out where you're going to price your ebook. And you always want to give yourself some space to say the original price is here so that you have space to go down. So you can have a sale and then you can go back to off sale. Sales work more effectively when they're not all the time. That is completely around the free first in series argument, which is a discussion that, again, we'll have another time. There's all these things that we come up with. I love it. Means we've got plenty to talk about every week. So that's what you want to do there. With print books, you're going to be given a bare minimum from your distributor. And this doesn't matter whether it's Amazon, Ingram, Spark, Draft to Digital Print, whether you go to Lulu Express, whether you use your local Kinko's, whatever. There's going to be a minimum. And that minimum is based on what does it cost to print the book. Sometimes they will also add in there what does it cost to print it and what does it cost to warehouse it. What does it cost to print it? If you have special binding might have an extra expense. So like a spiral bound for a cookbook, that can add extra expense. But they put together a number and they say, this is the bare minimum, which covers printing costs. Okay. Then the distributor is going to add a percentage that they get. And then what's left is yours. So when you look at the price in there, again, the first thing you do is your research. Go and look at other books in your genre of approximate length, and you're going to want to be in ballpark. I hate being either the highest or the lowest. I really like being right in the middle because that makes you very competitive on either side. It shows that you value your book, but at the same time, it shows that you're giving the reader a deal over other books that are higher in the genre. Okay, so you do your research and then you compare that to what are your base costs that the distributor is taking, and then you put in a margin there so that you're going to make something on the books. If you get in there, you find out that, gosh, with all these margins stuff, I'm only making 10 cents. Then you either need to look at the book and make some changes, or you need to say, I'm going to take this price up a little bit more so that I'm going to be able to make something off of it. And I'm going to do other marketing in order to make it worth that higher value. So we just always have to think about that. If we are at the highest part of the chart, why do readers want us over something else that is not at that highest part of the chart? Okay. You can do it, but you have to think about what is the marketing message that goes with, well, this has a lot of graphics in it, so it's beautiful. This has illustrations in it. This has what is that value added to get you up here? Also know that the way they break them out is different between Amazon and some of the other distributors. My print costs on the other distributors are always a little bit higher than they are on Amazon. It is okay to have your book at different prices. It is not ideal. So that's the other thing that I take into account. If you are wide, you want to look at both of the distributors, the distribution models, and say, if this is the average of the cost between them, then this is the price that I want to offer, and I want to try to be consistent. So there you go. A whole bunch of talk about how to do your book pricing. If you have any questions, you can always come over and see us at the Geek Girls Academy at www.geekgirlsacademy.com. We have a forum there. We don't have a forum. We have a form that you can fill out and we'll answer questions. We do Q&As about once every 6 weeks. Those are free. You just have to join our newsletter so that you can find out about them, or join our Facebook group over at geekgirlsacademy.com on Facebook. All right, guys, we'll see you soon with more things to talk about. I love it. Bye-bye now.